Hi and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm continuing with the rising sign readings for the month ahead. If you're new, what it is the first four decks have been pre-pulled, and they're about the astrology, which you might find helpful for you to navigate the month ahead. According to your rising sign and your birth chart. And then the other three oracle decks aren't astrology related, but that's what we'll be finishing on. And I've got them all itemized in the description box. Now I'm trying my best to not be too long-winded with the introduction, but it has kind of seemed that way with the other signs. But there is a couple of points to consider with the month ahead with April. Even though they're closer to the end part, their energies are still felt even now. What I'm talking about is Mercury retrograde and the eclipses. Like, even though we've got one eclipse happening in April, which is the new moon eclipse, 2 weeks later is the full moon eclipse. So those of you that have already seen my readings, you'll know what I'm about to do, is explain that. Let's start with the Mercury retrograde. It's not just the time frame itself of the retrograde, but there's a time frame before the retrograde and a time frame after where you still feel the energies as well outside of the actual time frame. And the same goes with the eclipses. So with Mercury retrograde, you're looking at around about a 2-week window prior to, which is the pre-shadow, and then there's the retrograde, and then after the retrograde's done, there's a 2-week window again, which is called the post-shadow. And so there's pre-shadow and post-shadow, before and after, where you will still feel the effects of the Mercury retrograde. So, and that's where a lot of people think, oh, Mercury retrograde's over. So, and they go, why is everything, going nuts? Because there's still the energies on either side. And with an eclipse, it's even bigger because it's a more powerful energy, and it can be felt on either side for at least 3 months, and sometimes in some cases 3 to 6 months, but at least 3 months either side of the actual eclipse. And like I said, eclipses just a few minutes ago, with the new moon eclipse is actually happening on the 20th, at least over here in Australia. So either 19th or 20th, depending on where you're from. The following day is Mercury retrograde, where Mercury will be stationed retrograde by then. And then 2 weeks after that is in May with the full moon eclipse. And why I'm including that is the fact that even before the start of April, we will be feeling the effects of both the eclipses of the new and full moon already. So their energies are already happening. And with Mercury retrograde, like I said, the 2 weeks prior to and after, we'll start feeling the effects around about the 5th or 7th of April onwards with Mercury retrograde. And then, of course, once it's finished, it'll be another 2 weeks, which will move into May. And I'll talk about that when we get closer to that time frame. But yes, so I'm trying to do this quickly because the other times with the other rising sign videos, I don't know, it seems like it's been a bit long-winded, but I'm trying to make it fast for you. With a lot of the time you'll hear with Mercury retrograde, don't sign contracts, don't do this, don't do that. But we can't live in fear or hide in a cave for the whole time until it's over. But the thing that a lot of people don't know is these energies are actually here to help us, not punish us. For instance, you can actually get something like if there's an item you've wanted to get and you haven't been able to afford it, suddenly it goes on special. It might be 75% off while in a Mercury retrograde. Or you can renegotiate any contracts you have already gone into. Or if there's something, clothing or whatever that you've bought and then you've thought, no, I don't really want this, but you for some reason weren't able to return it for a full refund, you'll be able to do that in Mercury retrograde. It'll suddenly happen that you'll be able to have the chance to get a full refund. Or maybe the work on a car or some sort of other work that will end up being done better than what you expected, or be at a better price than you would have expected. See, there's positives that can happen with Mercury retrograde. And as for signing contracts, as long as you're reading all the fine print and don't just settle for the first one that you're offered, shop around if you can. And if you don't understand all the intricate bits, not all of us do. That some contracts are very confusing, and they're purposely meant that way, because most people perhaps don't look into it enough until they're already signed up, and then they've got all these fine prints, caveats that they've got to deal with. But yeah, so as long as you're looking into the fine print and anything you don't understand, if you can get someone to explain it to you, so that you understand everything thoroughly before you decide whether or not you're going to sign in the first place. Now, also is the point that with contracts in particular with Mercury retrograde, see, the thing is with Mercury retrograde and the eclipses really, but I'll get into that in a second, that if you have some sort of something, if you've got something like, say, I keep coming back to the same analogies of a broken down car that's just on its last legs and there's no possibility for it to get fixed. And you're thinking, well, I need to get a loan to get another car, a second-hand or new car, but I can't do that because Mercury retrograde. Well, actually, it's the opposite. You can do it with a Mercury retrograde because you don't want to be driving around a dangerous car. That isn't in your best interest or anyone else's. And so Mercury retrograde will, in fact, be by your side, looking around with you for the perfect car for you, the perfect contract, deal, loan, whatever. If you're doing that sort of thing, you're working with the energies of Mercury retrograde in the way you're supposed to. And so it works in your favor because you're getting a better quality of life. And the same goes with houses, like renting apartments or houses or buying. If it is something that takes you from a difficult situation to moving into a much easier going, better situation for yourself, then that's when you're using Mercury retrograde exactly what it was meant to be used for. The energies will work with you and support you. When you're not getting supported is if you're only getting something brand new for status, oh, look at me, look at how much money I've got, and look at this and look at that. Then, if you say you buy a Ferrari just for the sake of status, it might keep breaking down because Mercury retrograde can't support something that's not actually improving the quality of life for yourself and others. It's not getting you out of a difficult situation. You're just sort of wanting the ego side of it. And so Mercury retro is going, oh, I'm not interested in that, So it's not going to work in your favor in that sense. Now, with the eclipses, this is where I find it really fascinating because both the retrograde energies and the eclipses, you can tweak them both together to work in your favor. And that's why I'm quite excited about the idea of both of them together happening around the same time. Because with eclipses, they're only going to be difficult if you refuse to make any changes that might be necessary. So whether that's dropping an addiction, changing an eating habit, moving away from a situation, letting go of something, especially if it's something that, if you're honest with yourself, it's not actually doing you or anyone else any good. If it's something that's sabotaging you personally or hurting you in any way or holding you back, stifling you, not allowing you to move forward in your life. If it's a difficult situation and you're not willing to make any change, then the eclipse then comes along and goes, well, if you're not going to do anything, I will. Pulling the carpet from under you now, there it is, because you've got to move forward in life. And the eclipse energies aren't sort of logically thinking like us. They're just seeing the facts, pretty much, I guess you'd say. If something isn't working, if something isn't in your best interest, it's going to be taken away. And the best thing you can do about that is, before the eclipse makes the decision for you, you take the reins. You have the power to do it yourself. See, so this is where I'm saying you can work with both of the energies of Mercury retrograde and the eclipses to clear out anything that's not working for you. Look into things, get all the information you can, especially because Mercury retrograde is known for, sometimes confusing communications. So if you've got that in mind, be absolutely clear. And if you feel that you haven't got everything clear, or you haven't been told everything you need to know, keep asking. Don't worry. Just say, hey, I feel like I'm not being told. However you want to say it anyway, just make sure that you have been given every ounce of information you possibly can, seen all the fine print, know what you're getting into. And once that's all sorted out, then you know for sure if you want to get into it or not. And Mercury retrograde and the eclipses are going to support you in that, in improving your quality of life and possibly the quality of life of those you care about as well. And that's what the energies are there to be used for. They're not here to punish us. Like I said, if we refuse to make the changes, that's when it becomes a problem. Hopefully that makes sense, and I think I've said enough already. I'm sorry. We'll get into your astrology now and see what's going on. Full moon. Well, the first full moon we've got, the only one in April, is around the 7th. Okay, so we're talking about, I was just finishing about, I just was saying about Mercury retrograde and the eclipses and letting go of what you can. Perfect opportunity. Around the 7th is your full moon. So from the 7th and right up until the eclipse, really, the eclipse is on the 20th. The very next day, I think I already went through this, but the very next day is Mercury retro. But like I said, those energies are going to be, and Mercury retrograde from about the 5th to the 7th onwards, you're going to be feeling the effects of Mercury retro as well. But starting with the full moon, I think it's a reiteration of doing a bit of a spring clean out of anything so that you're not sabotaging yourself, or even perhaps it may be a matter of taking a bit of stock of having a bit of a look at situations where maybe you didn't know that you were sabotaging yourself in some way. You might find something that you go, oh, hang on a minute, this is what's been slowing things down. Okay, now I can tweak this or maneuver it or change it in a way or add to it or remove what needs to be removed, that sort of thing. Eris is an asteroid, and Eris is known as the street fighter or the activist, speaking up for yourself and others. Okay, what else have we got? Jupiter, expansion. Well, Jupiter's your ruling planet because you're Sag rising. Okay, what else have we got? Uranus. Wow, so you've got a bit of activity here already. And Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius in 11th house. And Uranus doesn't want to conform to standards. And yeah, so there's things you don't have to put up with either. And Eris is right near the full moon, so it's like let go of whatever you've wrongfully been putting up with, perhaps, so that you can free yourself for the expansion that you deserve, because that's your ruling planet. Leo, 5th house themes, but not in the 5th house. Where is Leo? Leo's the 9th house, isn't it? Sag themes. Sagittarius themes of expansion, higher learning, travel, governed by the Leo sign for you. 10th house. So Virgo, isn't Virgo the 10th house for you? Yeah, Virgo's the 10th house. Okay, Taurus. That's 2nd house themes. Taurus is 6th house, isn't it? For you. Money and self-worth, I always say Taurus in 2nd house is. Taurus is in the 6th. So far, we're looking at the 10th house. There might be some sort of planetary activity in the 10th house. You've got Uranus and Jupiter for starters. Eris is an asteroid. If you go getting your chart generated, see if you, because there's places, I've got a couple of places I've put in the description box for people if they want to look up their charts for free. And one of them I know you can actually look into the settings. It's not difficult. It's right there. It's easy to find. You can change the settings so that it adds asteroids, and then you'll see where Eris is in your chart. Okay, 4th house. Well, that's Cancerian themes, not in Cancer for you. It is Pisces. Ascendant, well, that's Sag rising. And look, Jupiter ruled Sag rising. Pluto, wow, transformation, excavating what needs to go. Phoenix rising after that. 5th house, Leo themes, where you have fun, romance, and create things you are proud of. Yes. Jupiter. Look, we've got Jupiter twice. Not only your ruling sign, but Jupiter's wanting to make an appearance for a reason. Because you've got, I think that expansion and growth is going to play a big part in your April. Once you deal with the full moon and excavate and clear away whatever needs to go, stand up for yourself and anyone else that you feel needs you to stand up for them or needs someone to stand up for them. Keep going. See, that says your confidence, courage, self-belief and luck. And look, and Ascendant. So Jupiter's really playing a big part. Sun, that's the ruler of Leo 5th house, being. And that always reminds me of the Sun card in the tarot, which is always a good card to get. 5th house, here we go again. Leo themes, 5th house. It's not in Leo for you, yes. It's in, 5th house is in Aries, isn't it? I think it's in Aries. Yeah. Passion, creativity, which that's 2 fires then, because the fire of the Leo themes of 5th house, and it's governed by the fiery sign of Aries. And there's the 2 fire signs as well. So you've got you as the other fire sign, Cancer, the doula. 4th house comes through again. And Cancer, where's Cancer? Cancer's 8th house, isn't it? Did we get Scorp? Well, we got Pluto. Okay, conjunction. Empowerment, yes. Yeah, I think that there's, yeah, see, Pluto's right here too, empowerment. Phoenix rising, yes. And conjunction is an aspect. Ooh, excuse me, my throat's gone. Might be something standing up for yourself, you know, speaking up for yourself. Be that Phoenix rising for yourself and maybe some others too. To empower yourself and others. A conjunction is an aspect, which means that what it is if you've got 2 or more planets in any section of your chart, that's called a conjunction. 3 or more is a stellium, which means it takes on the sign stronger than it normally would, if that makes sense, because of the stellium. Gemini, the butterfly. Gemini is about communication, 3rd house, not in your 3rd house. Your Sag rising, so Gemini would be in your 7th, because it's your descendant. You got your ascendant, far left, always far left. Far right is your descendant, 7th house Gemini. Communication. Scorpio, the animal. We had Scorpio as well, did we? Or did we? Well, we had Pluto. Yeah, I don't think we actually got the 12th. No, we haven't got the 12th house. That's the first time Scorpio's jumped in, but I think that's also to do with that. We've got a few cards here. Capricorn. So bossing up, the boss. Yeah, boss up. Use the Eris energy and the Pluto energy to stand up for yourself and others. Stand up for yourself and your rights and other people's rights, maybe even. Clear out what isn't working or what you're not willing to put up with anymore, perhaps. And why should you? You know? Why should you put up with anything less than what you rightfully deserve? Jupiter, expansion, empowerment. Semi-sextile, another aspect, and that's a good one too. Allowing yourself the freedom, perhaps. Look, that person's jumping in freedom, you know. Obviously, they look like they're feeling very free jumping out up there. And that's how you should feel too, if you're not already. Okay, we've got Saturn, wisdom. Well, you've got the wisdom to stand up for yourself, and you've got the luck of Jupiter, and yeah, I think you've got good energies, and there's going to be a lot of empowerment for yourself and others, I think, for you guys in April. Just sort things out with the full moon, clear away whatever you can. If you do full moon work, then yeah, you know, clear away, release any upsets or anything that has held you back, because you don't need to hold on to those negative emotions and those negative memories, because you need to jump forward. You need to be flying forward and empowering yourself and others, perhaps. Standing up for yourself and your rights. Phoenix rising. Okay, so these might have reversals, and I'll walk you through that when we, if we get any. Well, we got one straight away. Okay, 12th house, Now, did we get anything Piscean? Where's your 12th house? Scorpio's your 12th house. Okay, well, this says introspection, and it's in reverse. So perhaps the time for introspection is done, kind of thing. Now it's time to get out there and empower yourself and others. Jupiter is like boom, boom, boom. Jupiter wants you to expand. Yeah, I think that's what that's covering there. What have we got here? Midheaven. Okay, so since I don't know who knows what, I'm going to explain it. Okay, so you've got your ascendant, which is always the 9 o'clock spot on the chart. Your descendant, like I said, is the exact opposite on the 7th house. First house ascendant, 7th descendant. Now, up the very top of the chart, you'll see the letters MC. That's midheaven. On the very bottom, you'll see IC, or sometimes they don't put it there, but sometimes they do, IC, and that's Imam Koli. What this means is midheaven is always about your career life, so it's always somewhere near the 9th or 10th house, and right exactly opposite, either in 3rd or 4th house, somewhere there, depending on exactly how it lines up the opposite, this is your home life. And so midheaven has come through your career, pinnacle. Did we get Saturn? Yes, we did. And we got Capricorn, see? So, yeah, Capricorn, Saturn, and they're the ambitious work-life kind of energies. And you've got your midheaven upright, so you have empowerment coming to you. You can, and you got 10th house there too, see? Yeah, because you got Saturn, Capricorn, and 10th house. So you can improve your work life and stand up for your rights and maybe rights of others if there's some sort of work situation going on. Make sure you get a good deal. And see, this is the same thing, Mercury retrograde and the eclipses. See, that you can use those energies to make sure that you get what you're wanting. You get the right deal for you and perhaps others as well. Empower yourself and others. Okay, so we've got Jupiter. This one's in reverse. But again, it could be that until now you've either for some reason had your abundance blocked, because this is about abundance again. So we've got a Jupiter a third time. Perhaps your abundance has been blocked, but now you've got a bit of an idea of how to work with the eclipses and the retrograde. I hope I've explained it well enough. And you can empower yourself and others. Phoenix rising, stand up for your rights and other people's rights if you need to, and clear away what isn't working or finish up any tasks or anything that are lingering so that they're out of the way and you can move forward from then on. And then this can turn upright and the abundance can come in like you richly deserve. Okay, we've got Leo also in reverse. Shine, again, the same sort of thing. It may have been that until now you couldn't because you didn't know what to do, perhaps. Or maybe it was someone else didn't know what to do and you had to rely on other people and their decisions as well, perhaps. But you can be the boss, see? You can have the power to make whatever situation work in your favour if you're working to improve the quality of life for yourself and others. See, we're harking back to both Mercury retrograde and the eclipses. Just be sure to make sure the communications are a balanced reciprocation and all that sort of thing. But yes, absolutely, empowerment, Phoenix rising, standing up for your rights and other people's rights, clearing away or completing any niggling little tasks or things that you don't want lingering on and stopping your progress. Because look, you've got a lot of progress Saturn, Capricorn, 10th house, midheaven. Once you clear that away, once you sort things out that way, you'll be off and running. You've got so much Jupiter. That's why I turned this guy around, because I believe that that's what's going to happen. It was in reverse because for some reason there must have been something stuck, perhaps. But you can get that unstuck now because you've got those tools now that you know how to work through it so that it can be to your advantage and other people as well. Empowerment. And see, Pluto's smack bang in the middle. Phoenix rising, probably you and others. Win-win, yay. What else have we got? Pallas Athena, think. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of thinking. And with Mercury retrograde, it's going to be even more so. Doesn't matter what sign, we're all going to be really needing to make sure our thinking and communications are as clear as we possibly can get them, whether that's written or verbal. Yeah, and that's upright, so that's a good thing. That's a supportive energy. Vesta, home and hearth. You can, yeah, again, upright. So, yeah, you can have that happy home life. Because a lot of the time, if it is a work life thing, a lot of the time if we're getting difficulties at work, well, it filters into our home life too, whether we mean it to or not. You know, it can be by default that we're bringing the negativity and difficulties of work back home. But now you don't need to worry about that anymore, because empower yourself and others. Be the Phoenix rising. Empower yourself and others by standing up for yourself and others, and showing them to stand up for themselves as well. Because, again, empowering yourself and others. Get them to stand up for themselves. You stand up for you and your rights. Clear away and get rid of any niggling tasks if there is tasks. Or, like I said, it might be about doing moon work if you're open to that, so that you're clearing away the negative energies or the things that have been holding you back, sabotaging you or whatever, so that then you can move on and forward, because we've got a new moon eclipse coming and a lot of new moon energy. Yes, you didn't get new moon in here, but you've got lots of Jupiter, so it's telling me that the new moon is going to be a big deal for you, and it's going to bring a lot of advantages and abundance, I think, as well. Hopefully I'm making sense here, and you've got some idea of what you can work with for April. Now let's have a look. The last one is passion, and it's upright, 5th house. We had 5th house a couple of times. Sun rules the Leo, 5th house, 5th house, 5th house. So we've got 5th house and Jupiter. And what else came through? Capricorn, Saturn, midheaven. I mean, you did get 4th house and 10th. 10th is Capricorn. Yeah. 10th house Capricorn. So career, ambition. You can boss up, be your own boss. Stand up for yourself and others. Because you've got Mercury retrograde and the eclipses supporting you to make sure that you can use those energies to have a better quality of life for yourself and others. That's kind of really the only way I can explain it. Hopefully I'm making some sense. Yeah, let's get into your numerology. My nose is itchy, darn it. Okay. Oop. Numerology. I think that we're getting these, actually. I think that's what's going on. Is there any other messages for the Sagittarius? Oh, yep. Oh, wow. Almost had to chase that, but it stopped right there. Right. Okay, got it. Okay, can't remember which came first, so I think we'll go here. Okay. Surrender. 9, big beginnings, big endings. And I think 9 is about entertainment as well. And look, you've got so much Jupiter and so much 5th house and enjoyment, you know. There's a lot of joy that wants to come through for you. Absolutely. And I'm going to turn this guy around too, because we already talked through that. And this is your time to shine. No question about it. This is your time to shine. So we're putting that up right now. I think you get why. Now, 1 is about vitality and personal power. And it comes to a 1. And surrender, because we got the, did we get 12th house? Yeah, we did. Pisces 12th house, surrender. And we've got full moon anyway. And that's the perfect time to surrender what hasn't worked. Complete any jobs or tasks so they're not lingering later on. I think I'm a broken record. I've said it enough times. Sorry, guys. You get the picture. And this is, well, it's red, but it's also a bit orangey. So I'm inclined to think it's the base chakra and also the sacral chakra. So a bit of creativity and self-worth, empowerment. Okay, and we got perseverance. Yes, persevere, because you've got all these energies working in your favor. Green heart chakra for the number of the builder. Persevere, because you will get what you want. Just use this energy and you're off and running after that. Individuality, yes. Empower yourself and others to be able to stand up for themselves individually and as a collective perhaps as well, together. 11, master number of service, relationships, and 2 1s, again, personal power doubled. And then we have health. Lots of red and self-worth and empowerment, and crown and third eye chakra. 7 is the mind and creativity. 1, we've got again personal power, vitality. Together they come to an 8, which is about stability and money. Might get some financial help as well. Yeah, might get some financial help with Jupiter, yeah. That will make your finances healthier and empower you as well. Okay, so now we'll look into what the universe wants to let you know about abundance. These cards will have quirky messages as well. So what do the Sag risers need to, what does the universe want Sag risers to know about abundance for April? You look like you want to come through. Yeah, see, that looks like, to me, there's the rainbow, and your pot of gold is right there, you know, with that rainbow. Okay, is there any other messages for the Sag risers? Or do you want me to read that first? Yeah, okay. Okay. Behold, a new day with rainbows, sunshine, and blue skies. New players, rebounds, and recoveries. Abundance, health, and harmony. Just like you've been picturing them, right? Right? Please tell me you've been picturing them. It takes so little, the universe. Exactly. The abundance, like I said, that's why I turned that around. I had a feeling that's what's going on. Abundance is coming to you. 3 times we got Jupiter. And it's your ruling planet. Is there any other messages? I've got a feeling that might be kind of the pinpoint to it sort of thing. Yeah, nothing else is coming through. Okay. I think you've got the message, though. I think you've got the message. Picture the abundance because it's coming to you. Yeah, I think that April's going to have quite a good energy, even with the Mercury retrograde and the eclipses. But now you've got a bit of an idea, if you didn't already, about some ways you can work with both of those energies so that they do not have to have a negative effect. They'll actually have a positive effect because they're wanting you to work with them for the betterment of yourself and others. Where it doesn't work is if you're trying to have expensive things just for the sake of status and for, people to see that, that you've got expensive things. Well, then you're not going to have the energies work in your favour. But yeah, when you're trying to remove yourself from difficult situations so that you can have a better quality of life, seriously, you've got 100% backing by Mercury retrograde and the eclipses. So you've got nothing to worry about. Go for it. Okay, so what are the messages from the guardian angels for the Sagittarius risers? Is there any other messages? I think we're done. Oops, it's stuck again. Did you want to go through again? Okay. One more try. Any other messages for this? Yep, for the Sag risers. Okay, that's what you wanted. Okay, what do we have? Okay. Okay, so we have conflict, feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. Eris is trying to tell you. Eris, she wants to support you with this, and so does Pallas Athena, to stand up for yourself. See, she's got her warrior helmet, Pallas Athena there. I don't know, is it in the shot? I don't know. But yeah, so you've got these energies working for you. You've got nothing to fear. Stand up for yourself and others if you need to, or at least show them how they can stand up for themselves as well. Yeah. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. Exactly. Don't conform to other people's standards. Didn't we get Uranus or something? Thought we got Uranus somewhere where I was saying, yeah, up here, Uranus. Uranus doesn't conform to anyone's standards. Uranus just does their own thing, his own thing. He doesn't care. And same here. Do what makes you happy. Do what you would love. Not try to please other people who may be actually stifling you and others from growth that is your right to have. Intuition. Trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answer to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out and feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. So you don't have to be doing this alone, you know. You've got support. Eternity. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. Yes, absolutely. And last but not least was courage. Oh, what a one to finish on. Yay. Dare to be different, to make mistakes, create, for it is in creation that you exist. In this world of dreams that stem from the eternal heart, you are one with all creation. All is possible. Go forth, yes, go forth, like I've been saying, and be true to who? Yourself. For it is only through being true to you that you can be true to others. Wow. Wow. I think your focus for April, I don't know why I want to say it this way, but I think you need to empower your pants off, sort of thing. Pretty much is what's going on here. And by you empowering yourself, others will see that and then follow suit. Wow. I can feel the power, the energy, the empowerment already. Jupiter, yeah, Jupiter's going to expand things for you, and that's why I turned Jupiter around, and you are going to get your abundance. No question, and you are going to shine like the star you are. Bam. Time to empower yourself. Something chronic. Amazingly good. Yes. I love this energy. It's really exciting. I'm really exhilarated, actually. Yes. Okay. With that, I wish you all the best of luck, empowerment, and abundance. Standing up for yourself and others and getting what you want and need. And yeah, it's your time to move forward and embrace the life that you are so richly deserving of. Yes, absolutely. Okay, on that note, I wish you all the best of luck for April and beyond, and until next time, bye for now.